just one of the worst places to like if you want to have a firearm.
It is. I got to tell you, I was really interested to see kind of what. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too far. I don't want to get too far down this path on this show. But, as somebody who's from California, I recently traveled to Texas. And what I was astonished by is, the concept of freedom and how it's expressed in Texas versus how it's expressed in California, and what people think freedom is versus what it actually is. And it's really interesting. I'm not gonna get into the details on that. It's not the appropriate forum for it. But I just thought it was really interesting that it's like, oh, come to Texas, we have all this freedom, and I'm like, do you really though? Because like, there's a few things that felt very much less free than California from my perspective. So.
Yeah. Well, I just like that because it's funny because I think I mentioned this, but they have the rodeos in town, right?
Yeah.
Like, or what was in town this past weekend at the time that we're recording this, and God, the people from Texas love tell you about their constitution and hey, we can leave the United States if we want to, and I guess like it's going to be on the ballot as far as like at least a question of this of whether Texas should leave the United States. It's coming up for a vote.
Oh, really?
So this will be it's for a primary, like a primary vote on the Republican ticket. So so that's such an interesting thing because I personally I would love to see that. Just love to see it. Just because
there's a movie coming out in April that I think
I think I saw that too.
From A24, who is the only studio making good movies right now, as far as I'm concerned. But it looks pretty interesting. I will say that.
Yeah, the Civil War one's what you're talking about, right?
Yep, yeah. Well, there's another one that's out right now. It's a weird. I can't remember what it's called, but it's sort of a similar concept. I think it's like a weird attack or something that happens, and it's on a Netflix movie or something.
Olympus Has Fallen with drums.
He's in another one called Greenland, which I watched. Which is basically it's like the same story as every like natural disaster movie. So.
I like the line. It was like he was reading like a mean tweet or something like that. Remember the Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh yeah,
had that mean tweet. And like, so I think he was on there and he was saying something like, oh, does Gerard Butler like have a lot of student loans because he makes some shitty movies?
It's like, in the late career, Robert De Niro is making monies to pay his baby mamas.
That's right. Well, he's been making like some garbage movie. Well, I wouldn't say like remember Meet the Fockers? That was like 20 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. That was, that's actually a pretty, the first one, the Meet the Parents, is actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
But analyze this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that gets us through. Oh, by the way, this podcast is being released on January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2024. Hopefully it's better than 2023 for you, because that's the objective every year. I'm going to try and ignore the fact that we have an election next year. Just like a lot of
maybe
people
Texas will be out of it by then.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, say that primary initiative passes, might not be up in the air at all.
Imagine all the is probably my feeling is it's probably not going to pass, but I would love to see it just because I think there would be a couple of things
for the intellectual exercise. Yeah.
For that, and then who knows? Like maybe it might be like the start of the first domino to fall, just like break up the United States
to 44 separate republics.
Yeah,
it's like the former Soviet Union. It's going so well over there.
Well, I'm more of the however many people are in this country, that's how many countries there should be.
I see. Each man a country into himself.
That's right. Man's home is his castle.
King of his castle. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, Happy New Year to everybody. And, when you get a chance, give us 5 and a sub. That's what I heard somebody say. 5 and a sub.
That's right.
This is 5 stars in a review, or 5 stars in a rating. Take the time to write a written review if you can, and always subscribe. That's going to make sure you get the newest episodes of the show as soon as they're released, like this one on January 1st. Don't forget to check us out on the socials at Groundless Pod or at Groundless Podcast. You find us on Reddit, X, Instagram, and you can email us, groundlesspodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, corrections, which we love, and love troubles, of course. And then, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell somebody about the show, not just our show, but Justified too, because it's awesome and wonderful. And if people haven't seen it yet, they should. And we'll be back 2 weeks from now with the penultimate episode of Justified. It's very weird to say that.
3 years in the making. Wait, how long have we been doing this?
We've been doing this
2
since
years?
March or April, May of 2020. So we'll be coming up on 4 years here in the spring. So it is very weird to see this coming to an end, and to be talking a little bit about what we're going to do next. And we'll probably share those thoughts. I don't know if we'll share them in the next episode or if we'll even do them in the finale. We might have a kind of a post-mortem, a post-wrap sort of special episode where we'll talk a little bit about the overall show, what we think, some of our favorite moments, our least favorite moments, and then also kind of what's next for Groundless. So stay tuned. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Happy New Year, and thanks for listening.